Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you have watched my video. What is the time when you have watched my videos? So first of all, I want to discuss that I want to say that I um, want to give you information about the biology of a plus 2 standard unit 1 diversity of living organism. It's name of the unit. So first of all, we will discuss about the chapter 1. It's the living world. In the living world, we will discuss about what is living and its characteristics. So our first topic is what is living. Life is a unique complex organization of molecules that express itself through chemical reactions which lead to growth, development, responsiveness, adaptation, and reproduction. So what is life? Life is a unique complex organization of molecules which express itself through chemical reaction which lead to growth, development, responsiveness, adaptation, and reproduction. The objects which exhibiting that features like growth, development, responsiveness, and other characteristics of life are designated as living beings. They have their own specific form and structure. Based on these characteristics, the living objects can be considered as or organized as not considered organized as trees, shrubs, cattle, birds, fungi, and bacteria, etc. However, specific shape, size, structure is also present in many non-living objects. Therefore, a number of traits are examined simultaneously to differentiate living beings. These characteristics are first of all, we will discuss about the characteristics of the living beings. Our first characteristic is cellular structure. Then second is metabolism. Third one is growth, and our fourth one is reproduction, and fifth one is consciousness. Sixth is organization. Seventh is energy. Eighth is homeostasis. Ninth one is variation. 10th is adaptations. 11th is healing and repair. 12th is disposal of wastage. 13th is movements. 14th is lifespan, and 15th is death. So let us discuss all these characteristics in series. First of all, we have to discuss about the cellular structure. It is defining property of living beings that separate us from the non-living beings, non-living things. Sorry, each living being is a complex entity which is formed of one or more cells. So these are formed from one or more cells. We are multicellular animal, is cellular living being, as we know. And give me the name of unicellular organism in the comment, please. The cells are made up of a protoplasm, popularly called a living matter. Composition of living matter is known. However, we have not yet been able to create protoplasm because of lack of organization of biomolecules. Protoplasm and cellular structure are absent in viruses, where protoplasm and cellular structure is absent in viruses. So the second feature is metabolism. All organisms operate a network of thousands of chemical reactions. The sum total of all chemical reactions occurring in an organism due to specific interaction among different types of molecules within the interior of the cells is known as metabolism. Metabolism is defining property of living beings. All activities of an organism, including growth, movement, development, responsiveness, reproduction, and other, are due to metabolism. No living object shows metabolism. However, the metabolic activities can be carried out outside the body of an organism in cell-free system. Such reactions are neither living nor non-living. The isolated in vitro metabolic reaction, that in vitro metabolic reactions means that are occur outside the cell. These are known as cell in the cell-free system. So these are The reactions which are known as living reactions or biological reactions as they involve biochemicals. So now it's time to gain information about the types of metabolism. These are catabolism and anabolism. It's of two types. Anabolism include building up of reactions. It is also called constructive metabolism since it involves the synthesis of complex substances from simpler ones. Example: synthesis of organic compounds from carbon dioxide and water during photosynthesis. For formation of starch from glucose, production of proteins from amino acids, formation of lipids from fatty acids and alcohols. Energy is stored as potential energy in this process. So these are the examples. For example, if in the presence of 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 12 molecules of water in chlorophyll, in the presence of light energy and enzymes, glucose is produced. Its formula is 612H12 C6H12O6, and 6 molecule of water and 6 molecule of oxygen is produced. That similarly, when these glucose is combined with various molecules of uh, glucose in the presence of enzymes and energy, they produce starch with water. So when large molecules of glucose are combined in presence of enzymes and energy, then starch is produced with water molecule. So, what is catabolism? Catabolism constitutes breakdown reactions. It is also known as destructive metabolism because it involves a breaking of complex substances into simpler ones. Potential energy present in the complex substance is converted into kinetic energy. Respiration is also an example of catabolism. It releases energy for performing different body activities. So, for example, glucose in the presence of oxygen in the presence of enzymes is converted into carbon dioxide, water, and release energy. So what is the difference between anabolism and catabolism? So first is anabolism. It is the sum total of building up of sum total of building up or constructive process. It is the sum. Catabolism is the sum total of breakdown or destructive process. Anabolism produces complex materials from simpler ones. It forms simpler substances from complex ones. So anabolism stores energy, catabolism releases energy. In anabolism, kinetic energy is changed into potential energy, but in catabolism, potential energy is changed into kinetic energy. Anabolism is required for growth, maintenance, and storage. Catabolism is required for performing various activities of living beings. Fewer types of precursors form diverse products. Reactions are diverged in anabolism. Many types of larger substances break down to form fewer types of simpler molecules. Reactions is convergent in catabolism. So next characteristic is growth. Growth is irreversible increase in mass of an individual that can never be reversed. A multicellular organism increases its mass by cell division. In plants, growth continues throughout its life as they have meristematic areas where all divisions occurs regularly. In animals, growth occurs to a certain age, after which cells divide only to replace worn out and lost cells. In unicellular organisms, growth by cell division is occur. However, cell division is also a means of reproduction in them. In higher animals and plants, growth and reproduction are mutually exclusive. ठीक है जी. Living organisms show internal growth due to addition of materials and formation of cells inside the body. Such method is known as intussusception. A dead organism does not grow, however, some non living articles can increase in size, like mountains, buildings, crystals, stones. This process is known as accretion. In living beings, growth producing substances are of two types: protoplasmic and apoplasmic. Protoplasmic substances are components of living beings like cytoplasm and nucleus. Apoplasmic substances are non-living materials formed by cells which become component of tissue. Example: cell wall, fibers of connective tissue, matrix of bones and cartilage. Chemical growth is a result of difference between anabolism and catabolism. Growth occurs when anabolism exceeds catabolism. There will be no growth if anabolism and catabolism are equal. Degrowth or negative growth occurs when catabolism exceeds anabolism.